Hello. Got myself another little table so I can try and do readings elsewhere. Anyway, it's an impromptu reading tonight. Unfortunately, the cat's away, shall we say. The antagonists will play, and the game is at hand, shall we say. I'm going to do a card reading for myself, and basically I'm going to ask the cards how I deal with this and see what the possible outcomes are. So first of all, let's do a little bit of clearing. I've gone for the goldstone pendant. Look at that baby, come on, focus in, come on. She will tell me what I need to know, good, bad or indifferent, and that's the reason I'm going to use her. Okay. I've got a new deck, Ravens and Roses, and we're going back to the old reliable Roots and Wings because it's been such a good deck for people getting information. Right, let's see how this holds up. Okay. Oops. Oh, here we go. The ash is all over the place already. Alright, there we go. So, I'm going to say it to people. If you're in a difficult situation at work, I completely understand. The pain that you feel, the hurt, the despondency, the isolation that they'll put you under, the fact that you're made to feel like you're doing everything wrong. I hope this message comes out and works for you. Life has ups and downs, but I can tell you I've been there so many times with this. There are new ways of doing things. There are new ways of working. You need to be honest about whether or not your security, your happiness, whether your job means more than that. So I hope whatever comes out, I hope it brings you some peace and some direction. And if you need me to do a card reading, or you want me to say what I've been through, I can let you know. Anyway, let's get on with this, see what comes out. Alright, let's see. Which one do you want to do first? Okay. Right, I'm going to move this one out of the way for the time being. Right, let's get some cards out and we'll see what the reading says. Okay. I'm trying to make sure I get all the cards onto the desk in front. I mean, I will say, just the artwork on these is amazing. Beautiful cards. I've had a look just to see what kind of message is in there, and I kind of hope, or I feel, that these should give a message that is beneficial. And the good thing tonight is that instead of me doing everything left-handed, I can do it with my right hand, okay? So let's see what you have to do. Give me cards on how I progress forward in this current situation. Not quite balanced, but it's not about balancing out, it's about just getting on with it. Right, okay. What do I need to know? How do I progress from this situation? I will say, tonight I am saying what I want to find out. Normally I don't always say it on video. I will be saying it in my head. It doesn't have to be said out loud, but I know what I need to know. So this is about me finding a way to move past what's going on. What do I need to know about the situation? If you hear any screaming, it's the kids next door. Sorry about that. Right, I got 4 cards pretty quick, which is good. Let's see if there's any order. Is there an order to these? Which is the first card? Okay, first card. Second card. That. Okay, let's just say middle cards. Okay, outcome. Right, so we'll read these first. We'll see what happens. I'm trying to move this up a bit for you. Okay. Okay, I'm going to show you the pictures. I'm not going to read the whole message. I think it's mainly the main word that I'm getting, because realistically I'm beginning to realise this is probably a pack for romance readings, which is not quite what I want to hear. So, first card I've got, there we go, I'm just going to do that, is Journey. Yeah, I know it's a journey. Second card, sorry, I'm trying to get this in focus, there we go, Learning. Learning the lesson. Oh, I get it now. I get it. This is why I'm reading only the first part of it. Fulfill. Okay. I'm fulfilling my karma. Success. So basically, this is a journey I'm going through. This is part of the trials and tribulations that are on my journey. I can't escape it. I'm learning how to develop and change the way I react or look at the situation. That is very true. Fulfill. I'm fulfilling the journey that I'm on. And when I say fulfill, I also interpret this as being the end of this time. And then the final card, as I said, is success. This is a time where I am moving from one state to another. I have waited years, decades near enough, to finally get to a place where I finally understand who I am and what I'm really capable of. Between cards, between astrology, I'm really starting to understand. I'm not supposed to have a 9-to-5 job. I'm not supposed to be stuck in a regulated place that my attempts to do my job as well as I can brings nothing but fear and aggro from other people. Admittedly, I'm going to say I'm not perfect. I get things wrong. I've lost my temper a couple of times. Where I've tried to be helpful, I'm now beginning to realise that that's been interpreted as being undermining and rude. But rather than speak to me and try to address the problem, people want to escalate it. And this time it ain't happening. So I'm going to try and get as many of these out. These ones I think are going to give me the definitive rundown. I think if you've watched any of the readings that I've done with the Roots and Wings cards, 1, it's a beautiful deck. 2, the accuracy that I've had out of this and the feedback that I've had has been beyond just guesswork. I've had no knowledge of people and the situations that they're going through. I've just read in it. Okay. What else do I need to know? I'm just going to ask. See what we get. Okay, I'm going to start that end. Give you time to settle. What else do I need to know? Okay. Right. Let's get this down. Move that one out of the way because that's definite. See if we can get these done. Spread out and just red. Okay. What else do I need to know? What message? How do I move forward? We're done. Right, okay, let's get these in order. Show me the anchor card, current, next card, third, Fourth outcome. Well, that was pretty impressive. Let's just see what we get, shall we? I knew it. I absolutely knew it. Oh dear God. Why am I laughing? Because before I turned those cards over, I was already aware that cards from previous readings were going to come out. I shuffled these decks. They're not in any particular order. You see how I pull the cards with a pendulum. It's not literally just going in and pulling them out. That selects them. I have no... You may say that it's a reflex, whatever else. How can I pull out two cards that have come out in several readings? So, the first card I've got is Soothing Stillness. Okay? Find true peace in your stillness of your inner self. Okay? This is the journey I'm already on. This is where I'm trying to work through this. This is the development that I'm making on myself to rise above issues that, no matter how I try to resolve them, don't go away. This is the path I'm on. I'm soothing and I'm getting still and I'm trying not to react to the provocation that goes on. Right, inspiration. Oh, I'm going to have to turn this around because the writing is so... It's in white on the bottom, so you can barely see it. Alright, there we go. Alright, what does it say? Gains insight and wisdom from life. Oh, I've been... My wisdom is growing. This is a light bulb moment for me. Now, rebirth. The phoenix is rising. And hopefully that is me. Rise anew, embrace new beginnings and new opportunities. And then, step by step, follow the natural pace and gradually achieve your goals. Awakening. The other card that keeps on coming out. Awakening. Realize your growth and changes and embrace awakening. I've woken up to the situation. I've gone today and this week from being absolutely traumatized to suddenly realizing this isn't my drama. I know whose drama it is. I know what they're doing. I know that they've dragged someone else into it. That their people-pleasing ways make them feel superior, strong. But the problem's been is that I haven't fallen for it, and I won't. Now, I do get the impression that the cards, especially with the rebirth, may mean that I'm going to have to give up this job. I'm going to have to leave and find a new opportunity. Or, which I would prefer, if the universe would like to listen at this point, that new opportunity is coming to me. Card reading, this is something that came up with a new moon. It's about giving without expectations. I'm doing these without expectations. I don't know if people are going to want to watch. I don't know if I'm ever going to make anything worthwhile out of that. But what I do hope is by me putting this video up, that it finds people who are depressed, upset, unable to see a way past what goes on in offices. That you may try your best to actually move and change the situation. But changes need to come from us. And unfortunately, whereas we are probably the ones that adapt to situations, the others can't. The others won't. The others feed off of this energy and get a sense of enjoyment. I don't. I was told the other day that I enjoy the fight. I don't. I have been shaking, partly with anger, partly with upset, because it's not a situation that I can win. No, it's not about winning. I take that back. I was told this. This isn't about coming out on top. It's about being understood. But there are people in this world, and there's a lot of them in power at the moment, who manipulate, gaslight, belittle, insult, and for one reason or another, they're allowed to do it. It's a sad reality of this world. But that awakening card, that's us. It doesn't have to be like this. It can change. It should change. Don't bottle up how you feel. Find someone that you can talk to. Know you're not alone. I hope that you watch this and you realise that this is a chance for you to be reborn. To take steps away from this. Nothing's going to change overnight. That's why the step-by-step cards come out. One step at a time. But awaken to what's going on. Know your worth. We can't please everyone. We can't fit in to what other people want. But we can awaken to who we are and what we want. And we have the right to say no. Hopefully you can appreciate the video, the message. Again, it's hard for people who, due to how they're made to feel, don't feel that they've got people to talk to. I wish that everyone who has been through a traumatic, upsetting, nasty situation. I hope that you get to enjoy the light, that you get to escape the vipers, and that you realise that you are better and have more potential to grow, develop, and find a life that will make you happy. Thank you for listening.